Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So it's been a while since I've done anything on my 2IS, but today I was doing just a little bit of maintenance. I was checking on my battery, and I remember the last time when I was doing the bushings underneath, I noticed some corrosion that was coming from the battery. Some of the battery acid had leaked down and was corroding a lot of the bolts and the metal down there. So today I took out the battery already. We're gonna go look under the battery tray and see what else we need to take care of as far as corrosion goes. And I'll show you guys something about this car that's a very weak vulnerability, especially if you don't keep an eye on it. So stay tuned. So on the 2IS, the battery is located right over here, which is the standard spot on most of the ISs. And one of the things with the 2IS is it has electric power steering, so you don't have any hydraulic fluid or any of that floating around. With that electric power steering, they actually keep the module right underneath this battery tray right here. So if you look in your battery tray, it'll have this tray and then it'll have this cover right here that covers it up. And underneath, you'll see a module. So this module right here is the electric power steering module, and having it located here is a very bad place as far as corrosion. And anytime your battery gets old or starts kind of leaking any of the fluid or any of the liquid inside of it, it actually goes out and actually starts corroding stuff. So all that white stuff right here, that's just battery acid as it vents out of the top of the battery. You can see it's kind of just all over this spot right here, and you can actually just wipe that off. But once it gets on bolts, you'll see that it starts rusting the bolts and it strips whatever protective coating it's got on it. So right here, you can see that thing is like brown, and over here it's actually coated with that silver coating. As I look in here, I can see some of the corrosion and just some buildup of junk over the years. Just in between the module, it looks like there's some kind of corrosion or some kind of buildup. So today, I'm gonna go ahead and just unbolt this module. It looks like it's held on by 3 10mm right there, and it comes right up with those 3 plugs. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this out and see what's underneath and what we need to clean up and just keep an eye on over the years just to make sure we don't destroy this module. And while I'm in here, this particular one, this corroded one right here, I'm gonna go ahead and just take that out. It looks like it's held on by a little clip at the bottom. I'll see if I have a replacement clip there. I know I have 10mm that I can replace it with, but I wanna make sure I don't let that sit there and corrode too badly. That comes off right there. This thing comes right up. You should be able to pop these things. It looks like this side's got that white clip. You just release that thing right there with a screwdriver probably, and then just turn it. Same with this guy over here, and then this one's just a regular push and pull out. So I'll go get a screwdriver and unbolt this thing so I could pop it out. So what this thing looks like, just put it in here, and yeah, this pops up really easily there. Pop that out, release it, and then turn it. And then just really just pulls right out. Same with this one right here. Okay, there it goes, finally popped. It's a little bit harder. So this module looks pretty robust. It looks like a HID ballast. Looks like most of the corrosion was kind of on this little piece right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just clean that up with some super clean. Clean the bottom of this, wipe it off. Make sure I get all this old residue from the battery acid off. Inside here, it looks like most of it is just the bolts that are corroded. So I'm gonna just go ahead and take that bolt out right there, clean up around those edges with some super clean, and then replace that 10mm right there along with that other one for that bracket. All right, since I'm already in here, I'm gonna go ahead and just take the whole tray out of here, making sure it's easier to clean, and then I can just see what's underneath also. Go ahead and just take all the 10mm out. A few of the wire management is clipped to here, so you'll go ahead and just pop all these things off beforehand, and we can take it all out along with one of the battery hold downs right here. So I gotta unclip this with some pliers. Everything popped out pretty easily except for this last wire management. You actually have to turn it over here, get something behind here, and then just kind of squeeze it out. All right, here's what the inside of it looks like. Go ahead and just clean that up with some degreaser, some super clean on my case. Make sure everything's nice and clean before we put it all back together, and maybe vacuum some of this crap out too. As far as the bolts and everything go, these are the ones that are corroded right here. This looks like a standard 10mm that you find all over the car. Same with this one, it's a little bit longer and skinnier without the washer. The actual 10mm clip right here is also another common one that I've got a bunch of in my bucket of bolts. So I'll go ahead and find those 3 replacements, clean all this up and put it all back together. So I went ahead and cleaned up everything down here as good as I could with that super clean. I ended up spraying that back part right there to get that cleaned up, and then getting some compressed air in there just to get all the leaves and everything out. Over here I was able to find a few replacements right here. This bolt is already coated with some paint, so that's going to protect it a little bit better. This one's like a brand new bolt that's going to replace that longer one. And then this one right here is a little bit different than this guy, but it's good enough. It's like a license plate holder or a license plate, like the front license plate slide in thing on the back side. So I'll go ahead and just get that all back in together and get it in. For the module, I found a few little spots of corrosion on here as well as that bolt. I just went ahead and just put a little bit of black touch-up paint right there, along with the hole for that bolt right there, which was the most corroded bolt that I got. I did that one also. On the tray, I saw there was a little bit of corrosion. There's actually like a little metal ring inside there that was corroded where that one bolt was. I just sprayed it with some spray paint just to get it all cleaned up, and then put it all back in here. So if you guys were doing the ISF upgrade as far as the ISF steering module, this is the exact same steps you would do to remove it and put it back in, which is pretty obvious. While you're in there, you might as well do all the same stuff I'm doing right here as far as cleanup and everything, and replacing the bolts from being corroded. Put everything back together, pretty much reverse of the removal. Those 2 clips with the little arm, you just push it all the way in, and that arm automatically pops back down, and everything else is pretty much bolt in with the 10mm. So we got everything in place. I'll go ahead and put the cover back on, put the battery and the box back together. All right, I was able to get everything back in along with the battery, everything bolted up. Still got my original battery box cover right here and all the clips and everything, but bolted it back down. Everything should be nice and clean under there now. So, hey guys, thanks for joining me on this quick video on doing that little maintenance item. Whether you're doing this for the just general maintenance, just keeping up with everything, or if you're swapping out that steering module, if you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel to stay on my various DIY content on the IS250, the IS300, the Sienna, or anything I'm doing around the garage, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Remember guys, for all these little projects, if I can do it, you guys can do it. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time.